Yeah. Player T, that's me.
We back, Player T, that's me, Hollywood in the Hood, doing it really, really big. Yeah, I got my man Randy Willis right here. He's running for Ward 9 City Councilman. He's going up against, a guy that's been in there for a while now. He's suddenly making a lot of moves in the community, much to the chagrin of the people in the community, because they're wondering, like, well, it may be a little bit too late. Maybe. I don't know. But Randy here, he certainly is putting up a formidable challenge. Thank you for coming, Randy. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me on the show.
Now, what I want to ask you, really, Randy, what is it about the Conwell's term in office so far that you deem inadequate?
Well, what I think is the most pressing issue is that I get around to different counties, different parts of the city on a frequent basis, and I see everyone else growing and building up, and I'm watching my neighborhood, the Glenville neighborhood that I grew up in, at a standstill or falling back.
Well, let's tell it like it is. Who is everyone else?
Near West Side, Tremont, University Circle, Little Italy. A lot of communities that's close by are growing and building, and I don't see any real substantial development going on in the Glenville neighborhood.
Now, let me ask you a loaded question. Why do you think that is?
Well, to be honest, I remember coming on your show before, and I stated then that we're being set up for eminent domain. It's in my estimation that we're sitting on the most valuable, to me, the most valuable real estate in the state of Ohio because of the location, resources, and everything that we have to offer. But we're not the target audience that the people who make these decisions really want to develop. Right. So I've watched over my lifetime a neighborhood that was once called the Gold Coast turn into the murderous ward in the city of Cleveland.
Right. And what do you think about that? I mean, wow, yeah, I mean, we are it seems like it's been neglected. I'm not sure. Some of the sentiment is that the people in the community are not showing up to the community meetings.
Well, what I say about that is because I've been here. We've burned out. We've heard every story, we're going to get to you. We've been waiting for 20 or 30 years. This neighborhood was designated to be rebuilt ever since the 1968 riots.
Right.
I've investigated and looked into how much money has come to the Glenville neighborhood from HUD alone. It's in the hundreds of millions of dollars.
Right.
What do you see as a result of that?
Right. Well,
what production?
We got to ask ourselves that. Now, I got to think that the people, and let's keep it funky, would think the Conwells or anybody that preceded them generally had a good heart for the people that they live right next door to.
Right.
But for some reason, things are not getting done. And I just think it may be bigger than the people who are sitting in the office. It may be, and I'm trying to think, who can be effective in office?
Well, I can address it in this way. I'm going to go to a little article that I ran across. This was from earlier this year. Cleveland investment funds awarded $30 million in tax credits to rebuild, it says, distressed and low-income neighborhoods. Well, let's look at where the projects they're going to fund. Okay, we're going to fund the rehabilitation of the East Ohio building on East 9th Street downtown, turn it into luxury condos. We're going into the second phase of the Steelyard Commons shopping center near West Side, Tremont. The former Ameritrust complex on East 9th and Euclid. Explain to me, where is that low-income, distressed neighborhoods? This money, we're being used, our statistics, our poverty, our pain is being used to go to the government to get money year after year to rebuild and change the situation. But then when it hits Cleveland, it gets sent to other neighborhoods, and their neighborhoods are building up. It was also an article that was given out last year that said that they did a study where they're going to allow some neighborhoods to die off and support the stronger neighborhoods. And what my complaint is, and why my candidacy is relevant, is I don't want our neighborhood to be one of the ones that they allow to die off.
So how do you intend to get the people in the community to rally behind your ideas and your agenda and your initiatives?
To keep reaching out to venues like this. I think this is a great venue. I think our neighborhood should have a medium for us to express ourselves, to bring our concerns to the table. People in the Glenville community are just living with burnout. We've been a community under attack since 1968. We had troops on the street. We had soldiers with guns on our street corners. You had to be in at 6 o'clock or you were shot on sight. And it hasn't been a let up in this community since 68. I've watched people come and I watched them go. I watched $1 billion of investment right around the corner. University Hospital, $3 or $4 billion investment. Cleveland Clinic, we're looking at another $8 to $9 billion worth of investment. We're looking at the VA. We're looking at so many things that's around us that's building up. Why aren't these resources being funneled through our neighborhood so we can empower ourselves? You have to bring the people in. People have to be in on the decision making. If there's not people here, if it's only 5 people at this meeting, get up, take you a loudspeaker, get on the corner, start, hey, we're making a decision about $1 billion. I guarantee you can get a good crowd to come out.
Right. What would be, one of your main objectives in your first few weeks, first few months, first year in office if you were to be elected?
To stop the demolition of our neighborhood without a strategic plan of what we're going to do after we demolish what's in our neighborhood. We have to have a coherent plan to make sure that once we tear something down, what's going in its place.
Right. You don't think that's what's going on right now with like the destruction of property? You don't think they have a real bona fide plan?
Yeah, I know what it is. Using of eminent domain to level the neighborhood
Right.
and redevelop it.
How do you figure to stop that? Because that's big interest. Bigger than the councilman, bigger than the community.
My mother told me before she passed, I had got a message from some developers, and I'm willing to say this openly. I've been offered money to keep quiet.
Wow.
I've been offered jobs to keep quiet.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I wouldn't publicly say it if I didn't believe
You've been actually offered money not to raise the issues that
Right.
you're raising.
Right. That has been a constant problem in our community since the riots, since 68. Whenever we get leadership that actually talks about really helping the people,
Yeah.
they get corrupted, bought off, brung into the system
Right.
for it not to happen.
Right.
My mother sent a message when that happened, and I told her about what the offer was. She told me to send him a message back.
Saying what?
Basically that, yeah, you have billions of dollars, but isn't that a great thing that you can only vote one time? We have the numbers. We have the power in Cleveland, Cuyahoga County to control our destiny if we wake up to our power. Martin Luther King didn't die for nothing. He died so we could have the power of the vote.
Right.
And we're watching right now in America, they're understanding that, and they're slowly but surely taking the power to vote away from us. I want to jump in right now while we still have it and use it to our best advantage.